Hey guys, welcome back. I just did a really quick, easy, kind of peachy summer bronzy eye look today with my Subculture palette. It's so easy, it's 3 shades, so I just kind of wanted to show you guys how I created this look. So if you're interested, then just keep watching. So I'm starting off with just concealed eyelids as my base, and I'm going in with the shade Roxy from the Subculture palette. It's just a really nice peachy shade, and I always usually use this as my first shade because I just love it so much. So as you can see, I'm using a pretty big fluffy brush and I'm just packing it in, and then after I've kind of packed it into the spots where I want it, then I kind of just wipe off my brush and then go over the edges a bit just to kind of lighten those edges, but I still really want to keep it in the crease where I've placed it. So as you can see, I'm just blending out those edges, making sure there's no harsh lines, making sure that it's all even, but that I'm not wiping away too much product. So now I'm going into the shade Fudge with kind of like a tapered blending brush. It's just a brush from Amazon. I don't have a name for it, but it's just a really nice kind of firm tapered brush, and I'm just packing that into my outer edges. And I'm making sure that I'm not going too far in with this because I want it to be really nicely placed on those outer edges. I don't want to over blend here, which I usually have a pretty bad habit of doing. So I'm just making sure it's nice and firm, and I'm not taking it in too far and I'm not taking it out too far, just really placing it in the spots where I want. So now I'm going in with my tiny little Morphe brush, and I'm just really focusing on those outer edges. I'm not going into the brown with this, I'm not going up into the peach with this, I'm just really focusing on blurring that kind of harsh line between the brown and the peach, and I'm just going along those edges and just making sure that they are just really nicely blended. And for this kind of precise blending, you don't really want to go in with a big brush, you want to go in with like a very small kind of fluffy brush just so you don't muck up all of those other colors. So now I'm going back in with that first shade Roxy on my big fluffy brush, and we're blending, we're still blending, just making sure we are leaving those harsh lines behind us. I wanted to keep that Fudge shade really deep, so we're just going in and lightly packing it in just a little bit more before we go in with our next shade, which will be Adorn. It is just like this perfect bronze shimmer color. It's not too yellow, it's not too pink, it's just the perfect bronze color that I wanted for this look. So I'm just popping that into my inner lid. I'm not going too far out with this, I'm not going too high, I'm just placing that in my inner lid. Now to make sure those two colors are nicely merged together, I'm going back in with that Fudge shade, and I'm just kind of dragging it from the outside in, going over top of that shimmer color. And now this is why blending can take so long, because now we're going back in with that very first Roxy shade, and we are just lightly feathering some of those harsh lines out, making sure that it is just beautifully blended. And now I'm going in with that very first shade Roxy on just my little fluffy Morphe brush, and I'm just dragging that out onto my lower lid. And now on a very small, firm, thin brush, I'm just putting that Fudge shade really tight to my lash line. And then just blending that all out, making sure there's not a lot of harshness there, and just making sure that it just looks really nice and even. Now in this really out of focus shot, you can see that I'm picking up the shade Cube on a very small tapered pencil brush, and I'm just going to pop that into my inner corner. And this is a beautiful iridescent shimmery color. It's a perfect shade for that inner highlight. And now I'm throwing on some lashes, and as you can tell, I'm using my claws to apply them because my tweezers were on the other side of the room and I was too lazy to go get them. And now I'm applying some mascara to my lashes to kind of blend them into the false lashes that I've applied, and making sure that they are kind of sticking together and that you can't really see my natural lashes sticking out. So here it is, the final look. I really liked how this turned out, and it was only 3 shades. Definitely a wearable look for summer. I'm really happy how it turned out. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you guys want to see anything specific, then yeah, let me know.